Lobbying takes many forms. That includes teaming Sam with someone like Greg Norman in a pro-am, when Jeffersons are the only ones who know what the real game is. The stakes are high, and tricking an innocent party into their web of influence might be one of the many tactics employed. How easy and subtle seduction can be. If only I'd known that when I was a teenager. Sam could have avoided all of this if he'd placed professional loyalty ahead of his personal interest from the start. Pretty dumb for a smart bloke. But that's just my opinion. Judge for yourself. Travel broadens the mind, they say, although Wendy finds it a tedious aspect of working for the ATO at her level. This city, that city, meetings, meetings, meetings. Surely she can swing it to let her hair down every so often? That seems reasonable, doesn't it? As long as she does her job, yeah? That's what she thinks.
Sounds like you're stretching it a bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great idea, so long as you don't...
Brad, you know how I hate the travel part of the job. At least this time we can turn it around in our favour.
Wend, you have worked too hard in the ATO for this to compromise any future...
There's no compromise. I'll be working. Look, as part of the job, I have to go to Melbourne anyway, at least once a year.
But on grand final weekend?
You don't want to go?
Honey, you know I'd do anything to be there.
Well, I can always reschedule it back where it was originally. Tuesday or Wednesday. That'd suit Helen in the Melbourne office. She had the meeting room booked.
Did she say something?
She'll get over it. Look, I pay for your airfare, your incidentals, the room I have anyway. It's strictly by the book. I'll be working long days Friday and Monday, and we can go to the footy on Saturday afternoon.
Oh. Now I know why I married you.
For the grand final ticket.
That must be it. I was only worried for you.
Well, don't be. Look, what we're doing comes at no cost to the ATO. In fact, they'll be getting extra productivity out of it.
Well, this taxpayer is very grateful.
Oh, Con, have you got those copies of my agendas for Melbourne next week?
Printing them now. They got to be bound?
Oh, it looks better.
Hey, Wendy, are you going to be in Melbourne for the Saturday?
Saturday?
AFL Grand Final. It's the biggest event on the sporting calendar.
I'll be working most of the time. You've seen the agenda. There's not much time for anything else.
Oh, man, your timing's perfect. Come on, you follow the footy, don't you?
Not for a few years. Not really my thing.
Yeah? Well, if you need anyone to carry your bags, I'm here.
Thanks, Con. I'll remember that for next time.
Wendy, Wendy, Wendy. Wendy did it in the name of sport, and we're a sporting nation, right? Nothing wrong with that. A bit of harmless fun. The sport bit, I mean. Have you got a problem with that? I can tell you Wendy does when she's interviewed. Is she a good sport, or is she just a lying bitch? And where are my tickets? What do you think? Judge for yourself. It's easy to blame someone for something bad they've done, but what about something they haven't done? Confused? What about when you witness a fraud, but you stay silent about it? Are you an accessory during or after the event? Are the three wise monkeys just dumbates? Let's meet Sarah, a green new ATO employee. She's bright, idealistic, and unlike anyone else in the ATO, she's quite well dressed. In our next story, young Sarah finds herself torn between the need to be liked and accepted in the workplace and the need to do the right thing.
Okay.
How's about another one?
I don't think I should, mate.
Oh, plenty of things you shouldn't. You don't want to be queen of mineral water, do you?
Like, I really love being the only vegetarian at the barbecue on Saturday.
Like you fit it in, but those capsicums, they were a bit tough. And as for the zucchini, everyone likes you, Sarah.
I hope so. It's only been 7 months.
Well, you'd know if they didn't, believe me.
Damien's kind of cute.
Oh, Oh. Now it's all coming out. Another drink.
Wally's a funny guy.
Don't call him Wally. He is Walter. Haven't you noticed?
He's a nice guy.
Hmm?
Pretty straight.
Hmm.
Is he religious or something?
Oh, no. He does a lot of charity work, outside work, community stuff. But you know that from the barbecue.
The priest was a bit of a giveaway.
And how about Louise hitting on him? Sorry. Look, if it wasn't for Walter and his social functions, I don't think half the people in the office would go out at all.
I don't see you as the stay-at-home type.
I know a few people. Hey, it's your birthday the weekend after next. You ready for a big night out, baby?
How did you know?
Well, Audrey Hepburn slept with William Holden when she was 25. Better get moving.
How did you know I'll be 25? Keep it to yourself.
Hey, Walter.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Working back?
Yeah. Have a good weekend.
Rightio. Good night.
Hey, what's your back?
Good advice. It's heavy. Getting rid of the junk. Everyone's coming to your birthday party next weekend, I hear. Oh, have a good weekend.
Mia, have you got a moment? What's the story with Walter taking all this stuff out of the office? Like all this stationery and chairs and a filing cabinet.
Well, Walter does a lot of charity work outside. If there's any excess that's going to be thrown away, he puts it to good use.
Yeah, but it isn't.
Sarah, don't. Walter's a good guy. If he's doing something, you can bet it's okay, right? Just leave it alone. Sarah. Everyone likes you heaps, but there are some things, well, you could wreck that. You know what I mean?
Sarah, what you're suggesting is a very serious allegation. I hope you're certain.
No, I'm not certain of anything, but I'm suspicious. With justification. That's why I'm talking to you. You're the boss.
Thanks, Sarah. I don't need reminding of my status. The thing is, I trust my staff. If they betray that trust, they let me down. We're all adults. It's each individual's responsibility, and I empower them to take that responsibility seriously. It would hurt me to think that any of my staff were letting me down. I trust Walter. It's his lookout. But thank you for coming forward.
Thanks for that, Clive, you gormless bastard. Sarah understands that a principle is a principle. It doesn't bend this way or that way or switch off when it's convenient. So who wins? The taxpayers who fund the ATO? Sarah? The other ATO staff who do the right thing and don't steal? Judge for yourself. Bruce and Melissa's section has finished a big audit, but the dust hasn't settled. Not by a long way. The rumours about their manager, Gail, and her connection to the audited company just won't go away. But Gail wishes that Bruce and Melissa would.
Gail thinks it's a triumph for the ATO. I can't believe it. I think CWI got off lightly.
4 million negotiated down to a few 100,000.
Yeah.
They're such a big company. We're only ever going to dent their pride. They'll go on with their offshore rorts long after we've retired.
Yeah, but that's slack. It's wrong.
I agree, but Gail managed the thing and you wouldn't want to tackle her about it. I worked for some toughies in my time, but Gail's the kind of person who would eat a young.
Yeah, well, what I've heard is that certain people are looking after their relatives on the outside. You know, her brother's an accountant with CWI.
No, it's not the brother, it's the brother-in-law, Bill Whitmore. I heard about it a while back. It's pretty junior. I raised it with her.
With Gail?
Well, you know, dot the I's, cross the T's. I thought I was doing the right thing. She went ballistic.
Jeez, Mel, you were brave. Or stupid. You should have come to me first.
She accused me of spreading rumours and said if I want a career in the ATO or anywhere else in the public sector, I'd have to learn discretion. I think she's the one who should learn discretion. She's such a bitch.
Well, you might not have heard the latest. Bill Whitmore, the junior accountant, just got promoted to company secretary of CWI Industries from $55,000 a year to $180,000 a year. You call that a coincidence?
Oh.
I'm going to have to raise this with the regional commissioner.
Bruce, you're getting into pretty dark territory. Is it worth all the grief you got? Gail is the anointed, chosen one. Management thinks she can do no wrong. If you mess with her, it's not worth it. Besides, she'll think it was me and I'm dead meat if I'm not already.
No, I'll keep your name out of it.
Can't you see? Even if it's true, you're effectively telling management that their judgment about Gail was completely wrong. They don't like to be wrong. You can't win, Bruce.
It's all or nothing. If I say nothing, I'm as bad as she is. Prima facie, there is a case to be answered, as you can see.
It's certainly a surprise to me, that's for sure.
Well, Mr. Reese, the circumstances I've outlined certainly warrant closer inspection. Surely you'd agree. But there's a clear perception.
Indeed. A perception there is. I can examine this more closely.
Copies are for you.
Well, thanks, Bruce, for coming forward. It's not easy, I know. I'll look into this. In the meantime, keep it to yourself.
Right.
Don't do anything further relating to this matter. You'll hear from me in due course.
Get a look at this.
So,
Financial Review. The byline is, it pays to belong. And it says, rumours in financial circles about a favourable company audit and promotions within that company afterwards are all in the family. Between a certain ATO high flyer and company secretary. They've got to act now.
it's been 3 months and nothing.
Well, it sounds like it's about to blow up.
Yeah, right, like my career. I'm stuffed.
What are the other promotions?
Well, not when they mark you as having questionable judgment.
How would you be if you had to work with an evil bastard like Neville? Now, before you say that you do work with an evil bastard like Neville, try and remember that it's hard to admit when you're wrong, especially when you're in a senior position and expected to be right 100% of the time. We humans aren't programmed to self-destruct, which probably explains why Mother Nature makes us cover our asses when there's trouble brewing. Is that a good enough excuse? No. Actually, I don't think so. But as always, you judge for yourself.